Somebody said, no, but he be working a lot too. And I said, where? And then crickets came. Bro, she's busy.
He's a working actor.
Keep going.
He must be the next star.
Ace Bailey is out here doing his fucking 1-2 thing with 2 stars on his team.
I don't think he's among the top 5 rookies this year, but...
Okay, y'all, let's talk about Ish on the Joe Budden podcast. When Ish first came on, he seemed like he was the smartest person in the room. But as time went on, it became clear people just weren't calling him out enough. Then Mark came through, and it was like, man, you really are not as smart as we thought. Over the last few weeks, Ish has been putting his lack of intellectualism on full display. The most recent example, the Teyana Taylor and Aaron Pierre discussion. Ish said some nonsense about Teyana having so much going on, while Aaron Pierre's career is down bad. Y'all, that's just asinine. Aaron Pierre is going to be in a Star Wars movie, and he's also one of the main characters on the DC HBO show Green Lantern. Ish was completely misinformed. And let's be real, Teyana Taylor seemed like she forced that relationship. Even when she was on the show, she didn't classify it as a real relationship. So the breakup? Not shocking at all. It always felt like an invented storyline. They were protecting Teyana by not diving too deep into it. But that's not even the worst of it. There was also a debate about NBA rookies VJ Edgecombe versus Ace Bailey. Now, VJ Edgecombe is an unstoppable unknown. Everybody knows he's one of the top rookies in the league. But Ish? Nah, he said Ace Bailey is better. He kept pushing it. Mark Lamont Hill gave him some grace at first, but he eventually snapped and checked Ish for acting like Ace Bailey was on the same level as Edgecombe. Sure, years down the line, Ace Bailey might surpass Edgecombe, but as of now, Ace Bailey is not there yet. One can't help but think Ish is biased. Maybe he has a personal connection to Ace Bailey, which is why he's inflating his performance. 2026 has been interesting for Ish's time on the Joe Budden podcast. Outside of Joe antagonizing him, there isn't much Ish brings to the table. He's mostly uninformed, and it's his theatrics that keep him afloat. The arrival of folks like Mark Lamont Hill, Mona, Flip Ish, and even Ice have exposed flaws in everyone. Honestly, some of these guys are just collecting a check and coasting off old connections with Joe Budden. The end of 2025 also felt like a turning point for the podcast. Joe and Ian set up a lot, NY Times articles, commercials, but the show itself stagnated. Even adding Mona didn't make it feel much better. They were focused on raising the Patreon, but I was like, what about raising the quality of the content? Mark Lamont Hill has kind of regressed in the back half of 2025. He seems to step back so others can shine, because a large part of why he's there is to be likable to an audience he doesn't really have, people who don't watch CNN or don't trust mainstream media. And the truth is, some voices on the show still aren't fully being heard.
Hold on. I'm with that, by the way.
Go ahead, Flip.
Go ahead, Flip.
Get another lesson. Hear me out.
I'm responding to you.
Will you let me finish it out? And then
There's an add-on about me?
just let everybody finish.
Let's let him go, Flip.
What I'm saying to you is that
That's why I interrupt niggas. He said that.
Beat him. Hold on, Ish. So you can't beat him. So you. No, I'm not. I'm not. Let me finish.
This remains one of the biggest issues the show is facing. As the cast grows, Joe Budden doesn't seem to enforce any real quality control. Nobody's getting sent home, which feeds into my theory. The cast is paid per episode they show up for, not on a fixed salary. Basically, you get paid for showing up, period. That explains why Flip keeps emphasizing attendance. Eventually, he realized that showing up means getting paid, but I think his contract is structured differently from folks like Ish and Ice. Then there was the whole bonus situation. Remember that bonus Joe gave out? That added another layer of confusion about who's actually being compensated fairly for their work.
No Mark feeling good because he'll skip no opportunity to make me look like an evil piece of shit.
Mark cooking up right now.
I hate Mark.
I thought he got some bullshit.
Yo, look at Parks.
What are you doing, yo?
Parks.
just making sure they're real.
First of all, the bonus was $2,500. Now, for years, we've all known that $2,500 is Joe Budden's infamous reference to how much he supposedly pays his escorts. He's always saying $2,500, $2,500. And honestly, was Joe really comparing the service he gets from his podcast crew to escorts? That's interesting. A lot of people said $2,500 is too little, but hear me out. Let's extend Joe some credit. Even if this was performance for the show, $2,500 is still more than a lot of people get at jobs where companies make millions, even billions a year. Honestly, considering the work some of the members put in, or don't put in, it might even be fair. Especially folks like Ish and Ice, who just show up, go home, and don't seem to engage with the show beyond being present. That's fine, but arguing they deserve more than $2,500 seems a bit wild. Then, toward the end of the podcast, Flip woke up to something interesting. He started hinting that Ish isn't really in the house, like he's not fully engaged or invested in the podcast at all.
Go in the house, boy. You worse than me right now.
I'm definitely never.
I'm in the crib.
Flip has been saying stuff like, oh, he's peeing in bottles. Yo, Ish, go to the house. Now, what was he doing there? Was Flip trying to reveal that Ish's family life isn't perfect? Or was he just joking around? Either way, that's risky because Ish is very reserved. He doesn't like it when people play like that. Time will tell if it was real or just Flip messing around. Heading into 2026, I honestly think the Joe Budden podcast has stagnated. One theory I have is that Joe saw the rest of the field starting to crumble, big shows going under, like The Bigger Picture and The Need to Know. I think he thought Charlemagne was done for, and then Charlemagne dropped the $200 million deal headline. That made it look like Joe was outclassed, outsmarted, outmaneuvered. Now, the show isn't moving forward, but it hasn't really fallen back either. It's still ahead of most of its competitors, but it's like a stock that stayed flat. If it was at 200 last year, it's still at 200, maybe even 190. And a lot of that was supposed to change with the Patreon announcement and the commercial, but the impact hasn't been as strong as expected. I hope that in 2026 we see improvements. I hope the production quality gets better. I hope Mark steps back into the form he used to have. I hope Flip and Mark can actually work off each other. I hope Ish and Ice take the platform more seriously, especially Ish. And I hope Mona can find her voice on the show. She's had flashes, but they've been fleeting and inconsistent. So let me know what you think about 2025 for the Joe Budden podcast. Numbers are down across the board, and moving forward, it's going to be about motivation and consistency to grow. And this isn't just for Joe Budden, it applies across the podcast world. Look at Rory and Maul. Look at The Breakfast Club. People are moving to Netflix, launching new shows. It's a big shift in the medium.